What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Deontay Wilder responds to Andy Ruiz defeating Luis Ortiz, and he responded in a very optimistic way. Of course, we've seen him go in the ring after the fight. If you guys had seen the fight with me live, shout out to you guys that came in attendance, okay? And of course, he was very, very open to a fight with Andy Ruiz. And he admits that that's the way and where the road is going anyway. So I don't think it was a coincidence that Deontay Wilder was in there after that fight, because that's normally the protocol of Deontay Wilder. If he's going to fight you, he's going to be welcome in the ring. That's how they do it over there at the PBC. Of course, that's what turned him off when Anthony Joshua refused him to get into the ring because he hasn't signed a contract, and he took that as a sign of disrespect back in 2018, I believe. And this is looking like the fight that's going to happen next with Deontay Wilder. And let me counterpunch. I feel that Deontay is in a great spot right now because he has to avenge the Avenger, because Luis Ortiz was his biggest win. Okay, that was the creme de la creme. You know, he came up short with Tyson Fury, but gave some great performances, especially his third fight with Tyson Fury. So I think he has to avenge that particular loss and show where he is placed in the heavyweight division. I believe that's only right. I believe it's the easiest fight. You know, politics is involved in this sport, the sport that I love, that I hate so much for this reason. And I don't see that there's any boundaries or roadblocks in making this fight. Now, the outcome of this fight, again, Deontay Wilder's at a good spot because I don't see Andy Ruiz coming anywhere near beating Deontay Wilder, because what I've seen from Ortiz, you know, and if I'm Wilder, I should be secretly grinning. Okay. I should be to the point where, you know what? I like this fight. I like what I saw because I can do so much in very little time. You know, Wilder might entertain a couple of rounds of Andy, you know, trying to get close. You know, the bigger Andy does have more weight, so he does have his super snicker power back. But besides that, I see Wilder hitting him with that right hand again and again. And I don't think it's taken too many. It's just how many punches will Andy Ruiz have to take before he goes timber? Okay. And Wilder, though, the PBC, in the PBC Fox Showtime universe, I think he is pretty much a high-ranking general over there. And this fight is a go, especially seeing Andy Ruiz get rocked by an older, possibly in his early 50s, Luis Ortiz, with the old legs, with the shocked, you know, upper top head, okay? Not necessarily his chin, but the top head, his dome weakened, and he went 12 rounds with a guy with all those disabilities, okay? Luis Ortiz needs a check, and it's not the type of check that we're speaking of. I'm thinking of a Social Security, SSI, you know, type check, simply because what we saw of Andy Ruiz, he had, excuse me, he had heart, but other than that, everything else besides the punch has diminished. And Deontay Wilder, I feel, needs to come in there and show Andy Ruiz how a knockout is performed. And if he does drop and knock out Andy Ruiz, I think that would trigger a fight with Anthony Joshua more than anything, because Deontay Wilder not only can show Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder can show Anthony Joshua how it's done, but he also criticized Anthony Joshua for not knocking out Andy Ruiz. So if he can do that, that would definitely show up Anthony Joshua, and that would force Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder to get on that collision course that everybody finally is waiting for. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Deontay Wilder and his response to Andy Ruiz defeating Luis Ortiz. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.